So question 90, another particle hurtling up and down the x-axis. I don't know why they always hurtle up and down the x-axis, but they seem to. So the first thing I want to do with this question is to draw a picture to see what's going on. In order to do that, I don't have a graphical calculator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this function and try to factorize it. Luckily, there's a factor of t which I can take out, so this is going to make the factorization a little easier. I might take the negative sign out as well because I don't like minus t cubed there. So when I do that, I get minus t times this thing, and fortunately that factorizes, so I've got this nice little expression. So I can now sketch the graph. It's a negative cubic, so it goes this way, and we know that when t is 0, v is 0, so this is the origin here, and when t equals 2 there and 7 there, but we're looking at the maximum speed of the particle in a minute at the interval 0 to 8, so I really need to draw going up to 8. So, and I don't need this bit before t equals 0. So a neater version of that diagram is here. Okay, so to find the maximum speed, difference between speed and velocity, of course, is that speed is not a vector. So we need to look at the pluses and the minuses. So the maximum speed, bearing in mind this is just a sketch, could be here, here, or here when t is 8. So I need to look at all three possibilities. The first two are turning points. So what I'm going to do is differentiate to find dv dt. That's when it's the acceleration. And then put dv dt equal to 0 to find those two values of t. So I get t is 0.92 here, 5.08 here, and 8 here. So I've got three possible values of t where I'll get my maximum speed. So putting the first value of t into this expression for v, I get the velocity is minus 6. When t is 5.08, I get the velocity is 30. And when t is 8, I get the velocity of minus 48. So this is the maximum speed. Maximum speed is 48 meters per second. So what about the total distance traveled? Well, this is in the interval from 1 to 8. So if 1 is here somewhere, the total distance traveled is going to be represented by these three areas added together. So I need to get my integration skills going. There's the first integral from 1 to 2, gives me a negative value, which I would expect because the area is below the x-axis. The second integral from 2 to 7, a positive area. And the third integral, again, another negative area. So the total distance travelled is 119.25. So there we are, that's my answer to the question.